In today's video, we are going to discuss about the PMP exam content outline, which we call it as ECO. PMP exam is based out of this ECO, that is the exam content outline. So we have three domains: people, processes, and business environment. In the previous two videos, we have released the content which is around people, that is the stakeholder, and the tasks or the questions, how it would, the coverage of the questions on the processes. And in this video, we are going to discuss on business environment. So basically, there are 4 tasks in business environment. Let us discuss each of them. So the first task talks about plan and manage project compliance. Let me quickly read the examples of the plan and manage project compliance, and then we'll have a short discussion over it. Confirm project compliance requirements, that is security, health and safety, regulatory compliance, and then classify compliance categories, determine potential threats to compliance, use methods to support compliance, analyze the consequences of non-compliance, determine necessary approach and action to address compliance needs, that is a risk and legal, measure the extent to which the project is in compliance. So basically, what is compliance? See, compliance is the practice of conforming to rules, regulations, specifications, standard, and laws. So let us see few types of compliance, or rather I would say, let us see few basic examples of compliance. Regulatory compliance, that is, you need to adhere to the laws, regulations, and the guidelines issued by the government authorities. And standards compliance, complying to standards such as the industry specific, business or sustainability related certifications have to be gained. And then you can have internal controls by implementing processes, procedures, and also having checklists to ensure the proper implementation of the compliance. And you may also have to have a compliance monitoring, where you may have systematically evaluating the compliance on an ongoing basis. You can do compliance audit by again systematic and independent evaluation of the compliance. How you can ensure your stakeholders, your employees are aware of the compliance requirements of the project and the organization? By compliance trainings. So training and educating your team members helps them to recognize the compliance issues and achieve compliance. And again, having a governance model, so the structure that ensure management's accountability and compliance reporting. So you may have the reporting of the compliance related to the metrics, benchmarks, issues to internal and external stakeholders. And compliance is not an independent or an individual thing. Compliance integration. So compliance is a consideration for all strategy, decisions, projects, and changes. So it has to be integrated into the business process and the processes of change. So basically, compliance can bring in a huge risk to the project. It can also end up in a legal issue with regarding to the project or the organization. So it is a very important factor for the project to comply with the compliance requirement, right? And then moving to the second task, evaluate and deliver project benefits and value. Investigate that benefits are identified, document agreement on ownership for ongoing benefit realization, verify measurement system is in place to track benefits, evaluate delivery options to demonstrate value, appraise stakeholders of value gain progress. So basically, before even you start the project, like a pre-project work, you would have analyzed what is the benefit this project is going to bring in. So this reminds me of an important point which I would have shared in my previous videos or as well. Are we going to focus on outcome or output? Output is the product you build, and outcome is the value that is going to bring in. So we always have to go with the value and what is the benefit it is going to bring for the organization, to the project, to the client, to the environment, right? So we need to investigate and define the benefit out of this project and ensure that there is a person is assigned who's going to take the ownership to monitor the ongoing benefit realization, track the benefits, and also report to the stakeholders on the gaining, how the value gain is in progress. So that is how the stakeholders are going to see that the project is going in the right direction, and their confidence in the project is going to grow, and by which they are going to provide support to the project, right? And moving on to the third task, evaluate and address external business environment changes for impact on scope. Survey changes to external business environment, that can be regulations, technology, geopolitical, market. Assess and prioritize impact on project scope backlog based on changes in external business environment. Recommend options for scope backlog change, like schedule and cost changes. Continually review external business environment for impact on project scope and backlog. See, when it comes to business environment, and here they specify on the external business environment. To name few, it can be the technological change, the regulations and market condition. It can be the political condition, environmental condition, the currency fluctuations, economic condition. See, all these factors are going to have an impact over your project. So in your project, whenever you take decisions or actions, you need to consider all these external business environment. You need to consider these whenever you are going to plan or execute your project. So here we see that it is going to impact the scope or the backlog. Actually speaking, the business environment or the external business environment is going to impact every aspect of the project. So throughout the project, right from initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, controlling, and closing, you need to, whatever you do throughout the project, you are going to keep all your senses open to understand about the environmental changes, external business environmental changes, how these factors are going to impact your project. To go little beyond, you can also analyze and understand or also take action accordingly, how the decisions or actions taken in your project is going to impact the environment, the business environment. Got it? And again, extending this discussion further, it's not just about the external business environment, it is also the internal environment. So let me move to the task 4, where it says support organizational change. Assess organization culture, evaluate impact of organizational change to project and determine required actions, evaluate impact of the project to the organization and determine required actions. So as I said, even the factors within the organization is going to have an impact over the project. You need to understand what is the organization culture, and the project culture should be in adherence to the organization culture, right? And basically your organization, let's say there is a restructuring of the organization or reprioritization of certain things in the organization. You need to consider all these things when you're going to manage your project. And likewise, when you are managing the project, you need to also see how the decisions or actions taken in your project, how it is going to impact the organization. And any changes happening at the organization level, you need to understand these changes, how it is going to impact your project. And likewise, your project has to be fluid or flexible to accommodate to the changes which is happening in the organization level. So got it? So these are the 4 tasks in business environment. Though it shows like 8%, which is the contribution, the number of questions which comes from the business environment in the exam, though it may reflect a very small number, but still it is a very important part of your entire PMP exam. And in the real world as well, you should be very conscious of your business environment when you are taking a decision in your project and when you are taking an action in your project, right? So these are the three domains which is going to be covered in your entire PMP exam. So I would request you to go through the video of the people and the process as well to have an holistic understanding of the focus area in the PMP exam. Got it? All the very best. Thank you for your time.